I think we should be worried in Canada. I think we are seeing progress in the United States that we aren't seeing in Canada. Canada, we've had pretty stagnant middle class wages, particularly to the price of housing. Home prices in Canada tend to be much higher than those in the United States, outside of a few pockets like California, New York, Boston corridor, and so on. So we have a real problem up here. So what's causing this? Well, one thing I think we can point to is the growth models between the two countries. The United States growth model over the last decades has been about increases in investment and productivity. Now, those increases have come at a absolutely massive cost of government debts and deficits. So a lot of that increase in productivity and investment, particularly from government, has been debt financed in a way that it hasn't in Canada. But it's been real, right? And we've seen things like the Chips Act, and we've seen, going back 20 years, all kinds of investments in productivity from governments that we haven't seen this much here in Canada. Canada, on the other hand, over the last decade, has had a growth model basically based on population growth. We add more workers, that increases GDP, but that doesn't make any individual or family necessarily better off. It's like, yeah, the pie is getting bigger, but it's also getting sliced among more people. So it all tends to net out. And in fact, in many cases, having more workers can actually act to suppress wages, particularly when those workers are often non permanent residents who have fewer enforceable rights. So it's a long winded way of saying some of this is data issues, but some of it is real. And I think that the real parts of it come from differences between how the United States tries to grow their economy versus how Canada tries to grow ours.